Hello students, let's discuss the 10th sum of chapter sound. A person standing at a distance x in front of a cliff fires a gun. Now many times you need not read the entire sum. As you're reading the first line, you can visualize and start sketching, right? You can draw a cliff, draw a person A, just a standing line at a distance x. You can see that. And he fires a gun, right? Another person B standing behind the person A at a distance Y. You can stop here, sketch it first so that you're able to visualize the sum. So B is behind A and at a distance Y from the cliff, right? This person hears two sounds of the fired shot after 2 seconds and 3 seconds respectively. So this person B, is standing behind A at a distance Y from the cliff and he's hearing two shots. So, how do we understand how these two shots are? Definitely, the first shot or the first sound is heard directly. If you shoot, that is the first sound which comes directly to him. It's not a reflected sound, and that comes in 2 seconds, right? So, that's the least distance. The second sound, you can understand the sound goes all over. When the person A fires the gun, the sound goes all over. It hits the cliff, and then returns back from the cliff as a reflected sound and reaches the person B. Right? So the second sound is heard after reflection, which will definitely take a little longer time, and that will be 3 seconds. That's why respectively. Now we need to find this x and we need to find this y. So in this case, we have two cases, right? First is the direct, when the sound is heard directly. We have a simple formula. Velocity of sound is distance upon time. So what is the distance traveled by the first sound? You can understand. It is the entire y minus x, right? Y minus x will be the distance. Time taken to reach the sound is 2 seconds. Speed of sound is given in the sum 320. And so we can find, substitute 320, substitute the distance and time, and you get an equation. We can't solve it. Why? Because we have two variables, y and x. That explains to us why they have given us two sounds or two cases, because by giving us two cases we'll get two equations and then we can solve it simultaneously. So we move on to the second case. Here the reflected sound, right? So this reflected sound, can you understand how much is the distance traveled by the second sound? You can follow this laser point. First it goes to the cliff, which is x, and then it returns from the cliff and goes to B, which is y. So distance traveled will be x plus y. Time taken is 3 seconds. Speed of sound, of course, given. And now the same formula. Although it is a reflected sound, we are not using the echo formula. We are taking the total distance x plus y. And therefore, we get another equation, y plus x is 960. Now it's simple maths. Try to solve it by, here we have both the equations put together. And then when we add these two equations, we'll get the value 2y, 640 plus 960 is 1600. Therefore, y is 800 meters. And substituting the y in any of the equations, we will get x as 160 meters. And that solves this answer. Yes. Thank you.